Masato Osuki completes a questionnaire, stating that his relationship with his mother, Momoko, is quite ordinary. Soon after, Masumi Shiris of the cabinet office informs Masato that he's embarking on a new life within a video game. However, upon entering this fantasy realm, Momoko unexpectedly joins him. The Teleportation King designates them as Normal Hero and Normal Hero's mother and reveals that their selection for this game was based on Masato's questionnaire. They've been transported into the game via unexplained technology. Masato chooses the sword Firmament, Holy Sword of the Great Heavens, while Momoko opts for two swords, Terra de Madre, Holy Sword of Mother Earth, and Altura, Holy Sword of Mother Ocean, with plans to use them as kitchen knives. It becomes evident that Momoko possesses more power than Masato, and she confesses that Shiris sent her along for a secret purpose. They begin their journey in the kingdom of Mamela at the Adventurers Guild, where the desk assistant, Shiris, strikingly resembles and behaves like Shiris from the cabinet office. As Masato recruits three girls, Momoko decides to interview them to determine a suitable future bride. Momoko declines the girls chosen by Masato. Instead, she enlists Porta, a merchant and craftswoman. Masato then attempts to refuse Wise, a sage possessing both healing and combat magic, along with a challenging personality. In response, Wise teleports them away as a form of punishment. Wise unveils the nature of the game, which is an MMORPG, or Mother's Massively Maternal Multiplayer Makeup with Offspring role-playing game. The primary goal is to mend the mother-child relationship and ultimately return home. Wise elucidates that her relationship with her own mother is so strained that they parted ways, and she seeks Momoko to become her adoptive mother. Shiris imparts a skill to Momoko for locating Masato, following which Wise is imprisoned. Momoko commits to assisting Wise in reconciling with her mother. They decide to tackle a dungeon but become disoriented in the darkness. Momoko activates a mom skill, Mother's Light, which allows them to see, defeating multiple slimes and leveling herself up despite her clothing dissolving in the process. Despite being unclothed, Momoko triumphs over the slimes, revealing a coffin containing another Shiris. After Wise revives her, the revealed Shiris, the mysterious nun, presents them with a new quest. In preparation for their quest, the party goes shopping for equipment. During this time, Masato becomes frustrated with Momoko and snaps at her, but he immediately feels remorseful and Momoko forgives him. Upon reaching Mamon village, the chief reveals that the Empress of Night has demanded the presence of an attractive man and requests Masato to defeat her. Masato enjoys a soak in a hot spring, only to be joined by Momoko, Porta, and Wise, who happens to possess knowledge about the Empress. In the process, Wise unintentionally exposes her nudity to Masato. Meanwhile, Shiris informs the Empress that she has violated too many rules, leading to the Empress killing Shiris. Wise confides in Masato that she intends to confront the Empress alone, and Masato, still unclothed from the hot spring, tries to dissuade her. Wise reveals the Empress to be her selfish mother, who compelled her to enter the game and then abandoned her upon realizing she could use her magic to lead a luxurious life in the game with wealth and young men. Wise claims not to care anymore, but Momoko sees through her facade and proves it by embracing Wise, who admits that the hug feels strange since it's not from her mother. The group revives Shiris, who discloses that the Empress, whose real name is Kazuno, is suspected of cheating. Shiris offers to waive the penalty if Wise can mend their relationship. Kazuno promptly initiates a confrontation in which she conjures a white room. Masato realizes she's using a hacking tool. Kazuno discloses her intentions to employ it in the real world to amass wealth and power, yet she remains unwilling to listen to Wise due to her lingering anger. Suddenly, Momoko bursts into the room. Recognizing Kazuno as a sage, much like Wise, Masato employs one of Porta's tools to nullify Kazuno's magic. Kazuno becomes overwhelmed and is defeated, although Wise catches her before she hits the ground, pleading for reconciliation. Kazuno reverts to her true form only to immediately engage in an argument with Wise. Shiris interprets this as a sign of their reconciliation and the completion of the game, allowing Kazuno to log out. However, Wise chooses to remain with Masato, stating her desire to assist the party for the sake of enjoyment. In the real world, Shiris contacts them with a new quest to address issues the software writers cannot resolve. Momoko is delighted that she can once again have normal conversations with Masato. Masato makes the decision to enroll at Lover's Lane Academy for some hands-on experience. While there, he crosses paths with another student and mage named Medi, along with her controlling mother, Metamama, who continually boasts about Medi's talents. Metamama insists on participating in the lesson to ensure that Medi maintains her position as the top student. Experience points are awarded for correct answers, but everyone's efforts are undermined by Metamama's interference. She asserts herself as the world's greatest parent by sabotaging others, but Masato notices that Medi doesn't seem to share this sentiment. Momoko assumes a disguise as a student and infiltrates the school with Shiris, the principal, who wants them to resolve the issues in the academy's software due to its hasty construction. Momoko attends the next class alongside Metamama, who is taken aback by Momoko's concerns for her child's social interactions rather than just excelling academically. Medi finds Momoko's presence entertaining, much to Masato's embarrassment. When Metamama attempts to disrupt the class once more, Momoko's mother's sharing skill neutralizes her sabotage spells. Medi finds her mother's failure quite amusing. Momoko ends up answering all the questions herself and secures the top spot in the class, with Medi coming in second place. Masato, Wise, and Porta share the last position, but Momoko applauds their efforts nonetheless. Masato finds himself growing fond of Medi. Meanwhile, Metamama initiates an unreciprocated rivalry with Momoko. Masato observes Medi making discreetly negative remarks about Metamama. Their initial lesson revolves around cooking, where Medi excels thanks to Metamama's underhanded tactics. Momoko also performs exceptionally well in normal cooking, and her food is so delectable that Masato, Wise, and Porta receive skill boosts and experience points just from consuming it. Medi offers congratulations, but Metamama is seething with anger. During the swimming class, Metamama shows up in a revealing bikini only to be effortlessly overshadowed by Momoko in a school swimsuit, infuriating her even further. In the pool, warriors like Wise and Masato are told to defeat sea monsters while crafters like Porta collect the drop items. Momoko shouts encouragement while Metamama shouts criticism. Medi loses her self-confidence and gives up, so a monster grabs Momoko, who beats it with her Mother Ocean sword, allowing Masato to kill it. Masato wins first place and is bear-hugged by Momoko, while Metamama slaps Medi for failing. Masato tries to comfort her but she runs away, and Masato and Momoko later see Medi furiously kicking a wall, swearing and wishing Metamama was dead. The academy organizes a festival where students must collaborate with their parents for experience points. Momoko proposes a cafe, prompting Metamama to create her own cafe as competition. Later, Medi approaches Masato to apologize for her mother's actions. While Momoko's cafe becomes an instant hit, Metamama's goes unnoticed. In an attempt to attract customers, Metamama takes an extreme step by undressing Medi. Masato witnesses this and is tragically killed by Metamama. He becomes a ghost and overhears Metamama instructing Medi to sabotage Momoko's cafe by seducing him. Upon his revival, Masato angrily confronts Metamama, who challenges them to a waitress beauty contest. Medi emerges victorious against Wise, but an unexpected turn of events occurs when Momoko takes the stage and unintentionally defeats Medi. Masato and Medi make a hasty retreat to avoid Metamama's punishment. Medi confesses her desire for fun, but laments her lack of friends due to her mother's influence. Eventually, Masato, Wise, and Porta decide to become her friends. Observing this, Metamama launches an attack on Medi, branding her a terrible daughter. Momoko intervenes to halt her, and in a moment of vulnerability, Metamama admits that her relentless pressure on Medi stems from her desire to be recognized as the best mother. Upon hearing this revelation, Medi's anger intensifies, leading to her transformation into a dragon. Metamama attempts to shift the blame onto Masato and launches an attack, but Momoko intervenes to stop her. Medi depletes all of Wise's magic and engages in a heated argument with Masato regarding his exceptional mother. Momoko employs another skill, known as Mother's Words, to communicate with Metamama. Recognizing her own selfishness, Metamama makes an effort to offer an apology, but Medi retaliates with an attack. Subsequently, Medi confiscates Metamama's staff and encloses herself within a protective shell. After Momoko shatters the staff, Medi reverts to her human form. Metamama apprehends her, and they reconcile their differences. Masato comes to realize that Metamama's staff amplifies the emotions of its wielder. During the Academy's graduation party, Metamama decides to log out, while Medi opts to remain and take on the role of the party's healer, much to Wise's discontent. The enigmatic figure, Shurus the mysterious nun, arrives with the tool prizes for the graduates only to reveal that they must wager the experience they gained in classes for spins on a roulette wheel in hopes of possibly winning the tools. Masato and Wise exhaust all their experience, but only manage to secure health and magic potions. As a special reward for reconciling Medi and her mother, Shurus grants Masato a bonus spin, resulting in him winning a new mother's apron for Momoko, a decision he finds acceptable. Medi quickly discerns the lack of activities at Masato's party. Masato stumbles upon a flyer advertising a new tower dungeon that offers a solitary wish as its ultimate prize, prompting his decision to infiltrate it. However, upon their arrival in the area, they discover it teeming with irate mothers. They eventually locate Shurus inside a nearby coffin, where she reveals her ignorance about the tower and suspects foul play in the game. As they progress through the tower's initial floors, they encounter Amante, a member of an anti-mother faction known as Rival. Realizing the significance of preventing troublemakers from attaining the wish, Masato resolves to defeat Rival and reunite its members with their parents. To bolster their strength for the tower challenge, Shurus suggests the formation of a guild. They claim an abandoned guild hall, christened by Momoko as the With Mommy Guild. Masato, Medi and Porta embark on a shopping trip to procure construction materials for the guild's renovation, only to cross paths with Amante doing her own shopping. She attempts to hurl insults, but Medi unleashes her darker side, prompting Amante to confess she dispatched an assassin to their new guild. Abruptly, Wise teleports in with news of Momoko being in jeopardy. Masato hurries back to the guild and discovers Momoko on the verge of handing over all their money to a concealed assassin. The assassin makes a quick escape, leaving behind a bomb. Fortunately, Momoko skillfully disarms the bomb using her mother's head-pad ability. Amante arrives, inquiring about why her bomb failed to detonate, but swiftly departs upon encountering Momoko. Subsequently, the assassin and his group disclose that they've planted bombs throughout the city and threaten to set them off unless the girls agree to serve as maids for them. However, their interaction with Momoko triggers memories of their own mothers. Ultimately, they decide to remove the bombs and offer apologies to their mothers. Momoko suggests that everyone should convene in a hot spring to determine their next course of action. However, Amante bursts in, irate about losing her assassins, only to become flustered upon finding the girls and Masato bathing in the nude. Shurus arrives at the guild accompanied by all the mothers who volunteered to join their guild and conquer the tower, expressing their gratitude for the return of 3 of their sons. In a misguided attempt, Amante plants bombs in the tower to eliminate them all, but her impatience leads to her accidental explosion when she stumbles down the stairs. The party eventually gains access to the tower, ascending the debris created by Amante's explosion to reach the next floor, much to Amante's annoyance. She teleports to a different floor and devises a trap intended to electrocute anyone wielding metal weapons, but inadvertently electrocutes herself. A thoroughly disarrayed and frustrated Amante challenges Momoko to a competition aimed at demonstrating that she doesn't require the mother. Momoko effortlessly triumphs in both a dishwashing and laundry competition, prompting Amante to flee once more. On the 90th floor, they encounter a trap that strips away their armor, leaving everyone in their undergarments, except for the mothers. Masato, feeling highly embarrassed at witnessing Momoko in her undergarments, is caught off guard. Amante, also in her underwear, discloses that she has transformed all the children into monsters and amplified their anger, inciting them to attack their mothers. Medi and Wise employ magic to confuse the monsters, while Momoko activates her skillful mom ore, which clothes the mothers in armor, enabling them to learn why their children are unhappy without suffering harm. With the children reconciled with their mothers and returned to their normal state, the assassin reveals that the wish Amante seeks is to eliminate all mothers. The party makes a hasty dash to the 100th floor and ends up separated. Masato is assaulted by counterfeit Momokos, but the genuine Momoko comes to his rescue. They subsequently reunite with Wise, Medi, and Porta. Amante triumphs over the boss and decides to take on Momoko as well. She unveils her ability, a disobedience skill that reflects all magical attacks, a power she acquired due to her perpetual rejection of mothers. Amante then points out that Masato has been unable to experience the adventures and romance he initially sought. In response, Masato acknowledges this fact but expresses his desire to continue adventuring with Momoko. Amante, driven by her disdain for all mothers, provokes Momoko into using a higher skill known as Mother Says No, causing injury but not defeating her. Amante rushes to seize the wish but Masato blurts out Momoko's wish, fresh eggs. As a result, Amante's wish is denied, and she flees. Later, Shurus unveils that Amante dropped a dark crystal similar to the ones used to corrupt Wise and Medi's mothers. She also discloses that Rival consists of 4 fiends, and with Amante vanquished, there remain 3 more fiends to defeat, constituting their next quest. Masato concedes that it is no longer solely his adventure, it is now an adventure shared with Momoko.
I hope you liked the recap. If so, don't forget to subscribe and like it.